Okay, so today is going to be a continuation of a little bit of a theme over the last few days, but hear me out. I really want to focus on what we're actually seeking when we start to feel overwhelmed. Over the last week, I've been putting my marketing strategy or marketing plan together that I'm going to use for the month of May. And I think I've mentioned the word overwhelm in 4 or 5 of the episodes over the last week. It really has been a bit of an emotional roller coaster, balancing the idea that it's just a first go at putting a strategy or a plan together that I'm going to try and stick to, with all the information that I've been taking in through a couple of different courses and the different rabbit holes that I've been diving into, learning as much as I can about how this marketing process works. And what that has ultimately led to is this uncertainty about what I should be committing myself to. But what's on my mind today is the idea that I want to share of why seeking calmness and comfort alone isn't exactly the antidote for the overwhelm that I've been experiencing, and might actually be one of the key reasons why I haven't made the progress that I've wanted to make in my business, and particularly in marketing, over the last 5 years. If you have been following along, you would have heard me talking about my 5-minute daily planning tool, which is a fantastic way to start developing and building a continuous improvement mindset and start building positive momentum towards achieving all of your goals. If this sounds interesting, just simply let me know and I'll shoot you through a copy, no strings attached at all. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the From Zero to Marketing Hero podcast. My name's Paul Heron. I'm a life coach and entrepreneur who made the transition from the uncertainty I was feeling about how I was ever going to live to my full potential while still working in the corporate world, through all the ups and downs, now 5 years later, having a successful coaching business, which now lets me help others like you achieve your own goals. This podcast is my latest challenge to myself to ensure that I keep stepping out of my own comfort zone. For most of the last 5 years, I've been outsourcing all of my marketing efforts, and this year I've decided is the year that I'm going to figure this stuff out and learn marketing from the ground up. Over the next 12 months, I'm challenging myself to create, record, post a podcast episode every single day to document my journey, but also to hopefully provide a little bit of insight to how these strategies apply in real life. Hopefully you'll learn about all the highs and lows and everything in between. So let's get started on today's episode. So what's been on my mind today is really thinking through what is the problem that I'm trying to solve? What am I trying to do through this whole attempt at understanding marketing and taking responsibility for attracting my ideal clients into my world? What am I actually seeking? What is it that I'm actually looking for? And I think at a really high level, it comes back to certainty. The reason I talk about this as such a big challenge for me is because at the moment, right now, this is all uncertain. I have no idea how all this marketing stuff works. When I talk about my ultimate goal, I'm talking about being on the other side of this year-long challenge and hopefully having a high level of certainty about how I can apply some of this strategy towards attracting my ideal clients. If I imagine myself being 12 months down the track, I can feel a sense of calmness and certainty and knowing that I have everything I need to be able to turn the tap on whenever I need to and apply the skills and strategies to start conversations and have people that I am completely connected with come into my world and into my business. Now, this need for certainty is one of the core needs that we're all struggling to meet in various different ways. And I think it's really interesting to look at the various different options that we have when we're trying to meet this need for certainty. One of the easiest ways to meet this need is to resort back to the things that we already know are going to work for us. You might say these are the things that are already within our comfort zone. We have various different strategies that we can revert back to feel an element of safety and comfort and all those good feelings that come with feeling certain in where we're at. And this may be exactly why I have never actually dived into the deep end and started to figure some of this stuff out on my own, is because outsourcing it feels safe. There's no danger to me. There's no risk. I've managed to find a system that works for me. I've got a high level of trust and certainty in the process that I've got at the moment. And deviating away from that is in many ways the opposite of certainty. So I guess you could say what I've actually got right now is a desire. I've got a goal to become certain in something that I'm currently uncertain about. I've also got a deep need to feel safe, comfortable, and certain all the time. And I've got strategies that I can apply anytime to keep me feeling safe and certain. Now, the challenge that I have is that I've got a goal of becoming certain on something I currently have a high level of uncertainty on, but I want to try and keep myself feeling safe and protected along the way. And the thing is that these two objectives just don't go well together because no growth comes from doing exactly what we're already comfortable with. So what's my solution to this? And this is something that I just keep needing to bring myself back to. And that is to keep clarifying exactly what it is that I want. I've got this need to become certain about something that's brand new to me, something that's a little bit scary and something I know nothing about just yet. The truth that I have to face is that for me to be able to gain that certainty in marketing is going to require me to step out of my comfort zone and feel some discomfort along the way. I'm going to have to let myself be the beginner at this stuff. I'm going to have to let myself try new things without having any idea about how things are going to go. I'm going to have to test a ton of different strategies to figure out my unique recipe for success here. And hopefully 12 months from now, or however long it takes, I will be able to get to a place where I know with certainty that I have the skills to be able to apply marketing, strategy, and skill into attracting as many as my ideal customers as I need at any time. And just having an awareness of all this really helps. Understanding that the only way for me to get from where I am now to where I want to be is to battle through some of this resistance and fear and to continuously take courageous action despite of feeling some of these uncomfortable feelings. And from this zoomed out perspective, it makes sense. If I put in the reps, if I put in the practice and apply this continuous improvement mindset, eventually after enough time, after enough reps, I will figure out this stuff and I will be able to get to a place where I do feel certain about how all this works. And eventually I will be on the other side of all this discomfort, where I will be able to look back and see that it was all worth it. And hopefully look forward for my next challenge, whatever that may be. Now, you may be saying that's all well and good. Understanding that growth requires us to step out of our comfort zone, take action that does not always feel comfortable. Yes, we understand that to grow, we're going to have to push through some of this stuff. But this deep need for certainty that we all feel, this deep need for comfort and safety that we all feel isn't going to just go away. So what can I do, or what can we do to give ourselves as best chance as possible to meet that need in a healthy way while we're pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone towards our goals? And this is another really interesting, important thing for us to think about. Understanding that we can never be certain of any external results is a good place to start. We can never predict the future. We never know how things are going to pan out before we take an action. And this is awesome to be aware of. It means we can stop trying to control outcomes and start to focus on the inputs that we can control. Our ability to continuously show up and take disciplined action, our ability to be able to feel an element of fear and resistance and still decide to take courageous action anyway, our ability to be able to apply this continuous improvement mindset and get better at what we're doing every single day, and our ability to be able to create an element of certainty within ourselves that we can manage and overcome any challenge that falls across our path, all play such a crucial role in us being able to meet our need for certainty while still pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone towards our goals. Why is this solution so important? I think it's because it puts the onus back onto us. It takes us away from blaming external circumstances and results and puts the onus back onto us to take responsibility to own how our needs are met. We're all unique and we're all different and we all have different appetites for risk. But we can all determine where that appropriate step out of the comfort zone is, and we can all make commitments to ourselves to be disciplined in taking regular, consistent action towards our goals. And if this does sound interesting to you, a fantastic place to start is my 5-minute daily planning routine. I feel like I've been plugging this one all week, but this checklist that I've got really is the perfect place to start putting some of this stuff into action. In less than 5 minutes a day, you can start to identify the things that are most important towards your progress. You can start a healthy reflection routine and really start to develop some healthy habits that will take you a long way in getting you started to develop this continuous improvement mindset. So if it sounds interesting, all you have to do is let me know. There's a few different ways you can reach out. You can let me know in the comments. You can reach out over Messenger, send me an email. The best way to find my contact details is through my website, paulheronlifecoaching.com. So head over there, let me know, and I'll shoot it straight through. No strings attached. This is another one of those episodes that just talking this out aloud, going through this process of making this episode has been hugely powerful and beneficial for me. And I hope you've been able to dig a little bit deeper into what it actually is that you might be looking to achieve in terms of your goals. As I mentioned, very often the ultimate goal is to become certain in something that you're not currently certain about. And the only way to get from one side to the other is to go through the process of challenging yourself, taking action, putting in the reps, and eventually you will develop that certainty you're looking for. So I'll leave it there for today. I hope you've got some value. I hope you have a fantastic day. And until tomorrow, bye for now.